So as we begin our journey, we take off from deep in the South Side to our unscheduled arrivals that are...
My main focus today in this interview is to bring enlightenment to the fans, all 30,000 people out there that has viewed Black Diamond videos. And I want to thank all the support from the fallen members of Black Diamond that are no longer here, which is Colin Cudd, aka Milwaukee Slim. So with that said, we're gonna start driving and we're gonna get the show on the road. So let's talk about the origins of Black Diamond. The origins of what I believe Black Diamond is came from 410 Highway. Because in the beginning, Black Diamond was not the first name. It was the second name. And it came to me in a vision on 410 Highway at 2:30 in the morning. I seen, like, what I can describe like a split in the sky. And in that split, I seen a reflection of a moonlight on the side of a building. And in that very moment, the name came to me. And it was clear that this company had to be called Black Diamond. Now fast forward a little bit, and we're going into Chicago. And me and Willie Cantu, we was down in Chicago, and we met, I would say, two gentlemen of leisure. They were gathering votes, and we get to talking and chopping it up, and they asked me what I did. I said, "Oh, I have a label, and my label is called Black Diamond." And in that moment, that dude told me that Black Diamond came from Africa. Well, hell, I ain't gonna sit here and argue with him. Maybe the name did come from Africa, and I'm just grateful to have that name. So let's talk about how long Black Diamond's been alive. Right now, we're going on its 7th year. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long road. It's been a long road of struggle, finding the talent, and most of all, holding the talent, because once you find it, it's kind of hard to hold. Black Diamond is not a company that's about a cheap product. We take pride in creating a product with the best of the abilities of what we have in front of us, but never cheap, and never to be a product that's like other products. We want to be our own thing. We want to be our own entity, and most of all, we want to bring art to the table that is new. Now, how's that? Have creating that art been a struggle? You ain't lying. Have we had some flops? Yes, we have. But have we had some winners? You ain't lying. And the first winner I'd like to talk about today is our first video that became attention, that got a lot of attention, which is by Victoria. The star of that video is Victoria Lumbaugh. And that video sat there for 2 years and it did nothing. And then just one day it started getting a lot of views. Now, has it gone up in the millions of views yet? No. But do I have the hopes that it will? You ain't lying. Does it get views every single day? Yes, it does. And that's what we're going on. You know, we're going on the faith of spreading this music, this creation, this lifestyle that I would like to show you as a world. And Is everything all right?
Yeah, I had my finger in the way just for
All
a
right.
second there.
All right. So back to where I was. Let's talk about creating. Let's talk about what it takes to create. Well, the first thing about creating is you gotta have the ultimate dedication. And I don't mean dedication to like where you just get up one day and then you go and do something. No, it ain't about one day. It's about every fucking day. It's about every single day that you get up, that is at least in the back of your mind, haunting your mind of what you need to be doing. And what I need to be doing is continuing to bring you great art. Because that's what it's about for me. You know, I see life as being so much more than what the average person can see. I see people out here, especially with these women. I see a lot of talent. And I see a lot of things that a person can become. But certain things in life, like ego, like pride, like what people are telling you in your ear is preventing you to get there. I don't believe that anybody in this life has the ability to tell you you can't be something, because you could be all that and something else. Main thing is believing enough in you, enough in yourself to be able to reach down inside yourself and pull that shit out. And that's what we do here. We believe in creating art that matters. And we're not the kind of company that sits there and tries to charge you for every little fucking thing. Now, do we have a fee? Yes, we do. But we don't expect you when you're assigned to Black Diamond, we don't expect you to put up every single dollar. We were talking about the inspiration of one person on another as it reflects back and forth. Okay, let's talk about you as an artist and you wanting to express yourself amongst other artists. Now, when you express yourself in front of another artist, what happens is that bounces off like a piece of glass, and it does a reflection on you as a person. And either you can do one or two things. Either you can run from it, or you can embrace something that is no longer all of you, but a part of a group. And when you become part of a group, you become a part of a brother or a sisterhood where you can grow that talent and become better at what you do, because you're going to learn other styles from other artists. And these styles is what's going to make you great, because you're going to create and make those styles your own. All right, cut.
Yeah.
If you go to Neiman Marcus and you tell them that you want the most expensivest piece that they got there, well, before you buy that piece, I want you to look at it for 3 hours in the middle of that store and ask yourself, why are you buying that piece? And when you come to the conclusions of why you are buying that piece, then you will know where to get your art. You will know the value of something that's timeless. And when you get the why something is timeless, you can then figure out how to develop your own art to something as timeless, because you will know why you are buying that piece. And that piece is going to reflect on you as an artist and as a person. When I think about where Black Diamond is going, to be honest with you, it's going to make a lot of people out there jealous. Because what I know that I hold in my hand is something that can never be broke, and it can't be bought. And I will always treasure it and make sure it's at the rightful place of life. Because ain't nobody out here gonna cheat me, only I. So let's talk about some of the struggles of Black Diamond. Let's talk about the struggles of this art. Let me tell you, when you're writing, that shit is beautiful, but at the same time, it's eerie. Because all the beautiful shit that you write in your life may not be going through the same exact things of what you're writing. So when you come up from that writing and you see the realities of what's around you, and it doesn't square up to what you're writing, that can cause great, inner darkness, depression. And it's a depression that all of us go through as writers. And I know that because I've met other writers and they all seem to got the same thing. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you, is that this stuff right here, that what we do is a lot of times for most artists is underappreciated. And the thing about it is that most people, they're in love with certain pieces of art or music that they're in love with, and they don't want to hear your stuff when you first come. But it is important that you take those people and put them to the side and go within yourself and to know that you need to keep creating, because there is going to be a piece one day that wins those people. There is going to be something that you can do to change the ground that you're in. And being an artist, that shit ain't easy. It ain't. We're the most underappreciated people in this world. Until you get the fame and the money. But what I know is that you're going to go through some things before that happens. But if you don't love this art as a whole, you can't get through those things because it's too hard. It'll eat you alive inside. So if you can't love this art for what it is, you can't see yourself as prevailing, then either I suggest one thing: either get out of this business, or number two thing that I suggest is that you pull out deeper within you, and you will see that stage change. Because when I first started my YouTube channel, I used to get 4 views a week, and that was one of the most depressing things that I ever went through in my life, with that little 4 views a week. But as I gained knowledge and I grew, and I kept pushing forward and prevailing, I started to see my numbers go up. And at one time of Black Diamond's life, we were getting 100 views a day. Now, did that stay that way? No, it fluctuated up and down from that. Do we believe that we can get to that next level? You damn right. Because the thing about it is, when you're down at your lowest, you ain't got nowhere else to go but up. And let's talk about what I'm supposed to be doing for the artist. I will tell you right now that even in my bestest day, I don't think I've done enough for my artists. Because there's always that next thing, that next big thing. When you achieve one goal, you got to keep looking at the next, because all of it is a burning flame. And that flame, like I said, is burning out. So if you're not encouraging, if you're not finding new talent out here, you ain't got nothing. And when you're out here, you're going to come across a lot of people that don't really want this. And you may see it inside them, but they may not want it. You got to go on to the next person. You got to get that medium that where you fit in as a person. And when you get that medium and fit in, you'll find that this art will come easy. because you'll have something to nourish, to look after, to get better as the artist and the creator. When I think about Black Diamond, I think about my life legacy. I think about what I owe the people that believed in me. I think about how I can't give up. I think about the steps. I think about the process. And I think about that I have to be more 100 times harder on myself than what I am on the artist. See, when you make a mistake as an artist, I can't really truly blame you for that mistake. I have to really blame myself and me not nurturing and develop you as an artist. When you're out there as an artist, you're going to be tempted by a whole lot of different stuff. And the main thing of what you need to be thinking about is that what you need to be doing for the label, yourself, and what you can do for your art. Because if you're not thinking about that and you're making stupid, poor choices, you're letting yourself down. You're not really truly letting me down, but you're letting yourself down as a person and as an artist. And let's talk about some of the structure that Black Diamond has developed and put to play that can help. Really, what I'm talking to right now is the female artist. See, I know a star, and her name is Cyrilak. And what Cyrilak possesses is total quality and commitment of oneself and dedication of the talent and dedication to the business and dedication as someone that can bring you as an artist to a high level. I don't know anybody that can put together a project quite like she can. And you as an artist, to look up to someone like her is great for motivation. Right now, Black Diamond has a hole in it. And the hole that it has is that it developed a section for the pimp. And with that said, Black Diamond is proud that it is created with the one White Mike and the one Milwaukee Slim. May God rest his soul. So let's talk about this gap that we have right now in Black Diamond. And the gap is really concerning to me. And it's something that I have to feel. And the gap is that and we support this man to the bitter end, and we wish him well in every way to his ventures. But unfortunately, we haven't been recording with White Mike, and we are regretfully to say that we lost Milwaukee Slim. So that makes a major hole. And I'm proud to say that the pimp of the world has blessed me, because my pimp videos that we did with White Mike and Milwaukee Slim are some of my most popular videos. So we want to develop a new pimp. We want to develop a new character that's willing to come up to the plate and see what they can do. And they're going to get a lot of attention and a lot of different angles. And we're going to design a brand new pimp for Black Diamond. And we want someone that is that's a brilliant talent that's been undiscovered. And
So what are the benefits of somebody signing up to be a partner with Black Diamond?
well, as soon as the person that decides that they want to become an artist for Black Diamond, as soon as they read through their paperwork of the process and they sign, the first thing that I like to get going is to build them a theme around a character. I like to get the feeling of whether to place them as a model, an actor, or as a lead vocalist, or whatever their talents might be. We like to put an artist to the test. We prefer to shoot most of our art in public. We don't really go behind green screen. For instance, I don't necessarily want to control the background. I want the background to reflect the artist and whatever the background is. Those things are up to God. I like filming in public. I like for an artist to feel out of their element so they respond and give a certain characteristic of the way art should be. I don't like to necessarily be in control of every single aspect of the art as certain artists like to do. Take, for example, I'd like to put an artist right in the middle of a downtown area and make them go through all the poses or whatever their lines may be and put them in an uncomfortable environment. Because if I can make you uncomfortable in an uncomfortable environment, you'll be ready to go in front of an audience, a stage, an interview, or whatever that may be needed. So that's one of the ways I develop an artist. Another way I develop an artist is I focus on self-esteem. I focus on how an artist feels about what they've done. If that artist don't like it, I try to go back and change it. Ultimately, it's up to the artist of how they feel about their product, and if there's something wrong, we like to go back and change that. We like to work with the people. All right, next question.
What's unique about Black Diamond that they're not going to find somewhere else?
For one thing, being unique about Black Diamond, I can answer right off the grip, is the very fact that we'll work with just anyone, even if you're an unknown, even if you've never done any piece of film in your life. We like to overlook that and develop you as an artist. Does it take a lot of hard work? More than most people could ever know. This work is mind-grilling, pain and suffering through it. Scenes can take days, if not weeks, to complete. But the main thing is having someone that's willing to go through the process. The process is I'm not going to sit here and say any kind of lies or joke about this. The process can be very intensive. It can be intensive in a way that make you feel something, whatever you're doing. And with the art that you create sometimes can reflect bad on the people around you. But that's something that you have to come to grips with. Something that you have to reach within your soul and say that you got to stand behind your art, your product, and you as an artist. And if you can't do that, this is not the business for you. Next question.
Okay. Let me see here. So, can people be more inspired when they're around other artists?
One of the things about being around other artists, it can go one or two ways. Either artists will love the people that they're working with and excel and advance to be a reflection of the people that are seeing them. And it can grow the art to great beliefs, because ultimately God wants us to work together. But the negative downside of that is, from what I've seen, some artists are not meant to work together and are meant to be more nurtured and stable as a long thing. Sometimes an artist is not prepared mentally, physically, or emotionally to deal with the stresses of dealing with another artist. But do I believe that it grows the art? Very much so. With growth and development of people comes growth and development of any organization. Next question.
What makes you so optimistic about Black Diamond?
For one thing, I care about what happens to people. And why do I care about what happens to people? Because if I don't care about what happens to people, they're not going to care about what happens to me. I saw movies at a very young age as being my close and personal friend, a guidance, kind of like the wisdom of the universe. Not saying it's God, but definitely saying it's like a reference book to life. How can I be an inspiration to people? If you touch one person out there, that one person never forgets you and goes to people and spreads your name in such a way that it never stops growing. And I believe that if you don't get it right in your first piece of work, don't give up there. You just need to put in more work. And even for an artist that has made it, that has all the riches in the world, I am not a believer that I believe that once you get this money that you're done. You're not done. It is your duty, it is your honor, it is your integrity to take this art to a new being. Next question.
So what makes being a part of Black Diamond more than just having an agent to do your booking for you?
Well, one thing I'll say about that, if Black Diamond needs an agent, it'll find an agent. If Black Diamond needs a producer, it'll find a producer. Black Diamond is always a changing entity that will assess the situation at hand and then appoint its greatest techniques and its greatest opinions and placement on those that can do the job. Next question.
Let's take a break.
All right. When I think about the creation process of all this, I think about something that in the beginning is hard. And I think about how you don't really know. Even if you write it down, if you have a game plan, you know, this process, it'll change up on you. It'll morph most of the time to be something more than what you thought it could be in the beginning. You know, that morphing is very real. And one of the other.
Yeah, you know.
Shit. Thank you for staying with us. You know, one of the other things that I see about creating is allowing the people around you to have input, because sometimes, and this isn't all the time, but sometimes there comes a time that when you're creating, if you will allow yourself to open up and listen to others, you will be amazed, and I mean absolutely amazed, on the results that you get from that. Filming is something that is in your heart and in your soul. Filming is something that comes to us as a gift, a ball of light from God. And it's something that you want to develop and keep aiming high to get to. I can't stress it enough that until each artist out there decides that they're going to forget about the dollar bill and forget about getting paid until the art is right, well, there won't be nothing at the end of the day. And in order to get the art right, you got to forget and go into what I I'd like to say, a space in the mind. And in that space, you want to develop the character, the tone, and the enlightenment of you becoming something new. Because Black Diamond is not about you being who you are right now. Because we want to see what you are 10 years from now, after you've done the work and put in the time to become something that is what you truly have in your mind for yourself. Is there fear about this? Yeah, there's fear. Is there ego trips about things that you don't necessarily want to do? Of course. There's going to be many times that the screens, the scripts call for things that you wouldn't normally do in real life, or you wouldn't be, but that's not what is called for. You are needed to become that person, that sir, that ma'am, that erotic, that model, that specialness that's inside of each and every one of us. And believing in yourself is key. The belief in yourself is the number